If you're a homeowner, you should only care about these two things. How much is my home worth today compared to last month? And how long would it take to sell if I were trying to sell it in today's market? We're getting into it with another 1 minute market update where we talk about those two things. Let's jump right into it, starting off with Burnaby in the detached home market. Last month, we saw a 0.7% increase in sale price and 6.6% compared to last year. Coquitlam, you saw a 0.5% increase in sale price and a 0.1% decrease from last year. Port Moody, a 1.7% drop from last month and a 1.4% increase from this same time last year. Port Coquitlam, a 1.6% increase from last month and a 2.7% increase from this time last year. Maple Ridge, a 1.1% decrease from last month and a 2.6% increase from last year. And lastly, Pitt Meadows, a 4.2% drop from last month and a 2.6% drop from last year. On to townhouses now. Burnaby, last month you saw a 0.2% decrease, but a 2.6% increase from this time last year. Coquitlam, a 0.8% decrease from last month and a 3.1% increase from last year. Port Moody, a 1% drop from last month and a 1.6% increase from last year. Port Coquitlam, a 1.8% drop from last month and a 0.7% increase from last year. Maple Ridge, a 1.1% increase from last month and a 4.5% increase from last year. That's huge. And Pitt Meadows, 1.4% from last month and 1.8% from last year. Okay, on to the condo market now. Burnaby, a 0.6% drop from last month and a 2.4% drop from last year. Coquitlam, 0.2% increase from last month and 0.3% increase from last year. Port Moody, a 2.2% drop from last month, but 3.7% increase from last year. Port Coquitlam, a 2.2% increase from last month and a 4.1% increase from last year. Maple Ridge, a 0.9% decrease from last month, and you are net neutral from last year. That's a 0% change. And finally, Pitt Meadows, net 0 from last month, no change at all, and up 0.5% from last year. On to the days on market section now. This is the median amount of time that it would take a home to sell in today's market. Now, I'll preface this by saying, basically across the board, we saw days on market go up. So jumping into it, Burnaby, you're sitting at 36 days on market. Coquitlam, 34 days on market. Port Moody, 31 days on market. Port Coquitlam, 36. Maple Ridge, 31. And Pitt Meadows, 45 days on market. Now this is pretty typical for early on in the year as buyers are just starting to get back into the groove of things. And finally, if you're even considering making a move at some point this year, whether that's buying, selling, investing, or something else in between, there is a link in the description below. You can book a completely free strategy session with me. We'll discuss your real estate goals and how we can help make them a reality. I'm Angelo Maniasiades with the Atlas Group at Stonehouse Realty. I'll see you in the next one.